So I had a consultation with a person that started their green card case using Rapid Visa. And when they use Rapid Visa, they filed the I-130 standalone for a person that overstayed, but they didn't file adjustment of status because Rapid Visa said that in the way the client interpreted their website, they wrote it, it says you have to have been making the required I-864P income levels for the last 3 tax returns and currently, so essentially for 4 years for them. And the petitioner, they had only been doing it for a year and a half. So they were, so they had waited a year and a half, 2 years for that to go the full 4 years for filing. So this person at Rapid Visa is, recommendation, I guess. I don't know. I didn't, some of the cases, I don't get paperwork. I don't want to get sued by Rapid Visa, but this is what the people told me. They filed the I-130, which was not smart because you file an I-130 when you're out of status and go on the record and just have an I-45 pending. It's not good. But I was like, no, I mean, way I've been filing cases is if you right now are making the sufficient amount of money and we get a couple pay stubs, you get an employer letter, that's what I submitted on for the most part. Now, mind you, most of my cases are, graduate students who just graduated from medical school, law school, engineering, and they're getting their first job. So it's a little bit different. Their job is just going to school, and they get first job they get is making $100,000 to $500,000. So it's a switch for most people. But at the very least, I would say, okay, your last tax return and current income, that's enough for me. I would file that. And this client had that. But I asked this question in the group. I said, for the I-864, which do you require of the sponsor's income history? Most recent tax return above the I-864 standard, or like the way to do just the current income, or last 3 tax returns above the I-864 standard. So the thing that Rapid Visa generally in their guidelines said. So leave it at that. I don't want to be, maybe they didn't exactly say that. You could check on their website on that. I don't feel like posting what they said. So I'm gonna leave that out to go and check on your own. But there was how many votes? There was to make sure I legalized everything correctly, so I don't get. But like this is the interpretation client had from the website, and they didn't, for the client, they didn't clearly delineate what it was, for them to understand it well. So they came to me. We had 27 plus 13, 40. We have 47 votes. So that's statistically speaking, the N sample size is good. So 27 votes said they use the most recent tax return and current income. So that was the biggest vote. The second was 13. They used the last 3 tax returns have to be above it. And 7 out of these 40, I do my math right, 30, 40, 47. 7 out of 47 used the way I said, like just using current income. 27 said just current income and last tax return. But 13 people said they do all the tax returns. And if they don't have all the tax returns above the I-864P standard, they get a joint sponsor. So that was an interesting mix. I was not expecting that much of a split on that. So that was interesting. That was very interesting on that, on how it works.